Good morning, everyone. My name is Risa Zamadani. I am from IUP PPM 2016, and today I'm going to present you my undergraduate thesis titled Emergency Management Emergency Plan for Terrorist Attacks in Indonesia Civil Aviation by Counterterrorism Agency and Ministry of Transportation, BNPT and Kemenhub. First of all, I'd like to thank to the God because of His grace and blessings, I can finally complete this undergraduate thesis. Second of all, my family, thank you for all the support and compassion given to me. And the third, thank you Mr. Wahyudi Kumorotomo for being my supervisor. Your guidance and insight are really impactful to shape my thesis. Last but not least, thank you to all the examiner for the time and presence given. Hopefully this undergraduate thesis can be a wholesome reading in the measurement of counterterrorism, especially in civil aviation. Moving on to the next slide. The research background. Increasing number of terrorist attacks in the world lately has brought much depression to the society. There are many types of terrorist attacks. One of them is public transportation terrorism. Public transportation has been regarded as a vulnerable object of terrorism. Why? It is because public transportation is widely open and can keep one another low profile. This condition can create an opportunity for terrorists to do their action. For example, in 1995, Tokyo subway was attacked with poison gas, causing dozens of people died in the action. Second, anyone might still remember the 9/11 events involving several planes crash into two famous towers, WTC and Pentagon, which shocked the entire world. In 2005, London traffic system was shut down because of subway and two units of double-decker bus attacked by terrorists with explosive device. In Indonesia, although public transportation terrorism is not as popular like other countries, but Indonesia has already experienced this kind of attacks. This includes 1981 Garuda was hijacked by terrorists, the flight 206, and in 2002 Soekarno-Hatta Jakarta Airport Terminal 2F was bombed by the extremists. And the last one is in 2017, Kampung Melayu Terminal Bus bomb in Jakarta, causing a heavy damage on public facilities. According to Jabodetabek Transportation Management Agency, there has been a significant escalation of using public transportation during 2015-2018 from 47.5 million to 88 million. This number has been a concern for a particular agency like BNPT and Kemenhub to develop a protection against terrorism in public transportation. In this undergraduate thesis, research question would be how BNPT and Kemenhub develop safety and security system regarding terrorism in Indonesia civil aviation. And research purpose of this thesis are to disclose essential information regarding on how far the cooperation between BNPT and Directorate General of Civil Aviation in the measurement of counterterrorism in Indonesia civil aviation. Second, to analyze the product of this cooperation itself. There are two theories used as the theoretical framework of this thesis: the Incident Command System and CPTED. ICS, or Incident Command System, is basically a concept developed by Federal Emergency Management Agency in America. This is an incident management or emergency management concept that involves trained personnel from multiple agencies, both inside and outside the government. There are principles to follow in ICS. These include chains of command or hierarchical structure of organization, communication, coordination, and human resource. The second theory is called CPTED and was developed by Charles R. Jeffrey in 1971. It describes a built environment or a compact physical design environment can reduce criminal rates. CPTED involves multidisciplinary principles, criminology, spatial planning, and environmental, psychology, political, behavioral, and biological explanation. All these disciplines then create a fundamental elements of CPTED. This includes access control, territorial reinforcement, image or space management, legitimate activity support, target hardening, and geographical juxtaposition. Along the way, CPTED has been developed and improvised. The second generation CPTED promotes that not only physical design of environment can reduce criminal action, but society participation is needed so that it can generate synergies between both. These are the flowcharts showing on how this thesis is shaped by two theories in explaining counterterrorism in civil aviation. This research primarily uses qualitative methods. The result of this research is using descriptive explanation. The data source divided into two categories: primary data and secondary data. Primary data conducted in the interview, while secondary data collected in the document study. There are two major results from this research: the internal security and external security. Internal security, as accordance with the principles of incident command system, BNPT and Kemenhub as the primary agencies to counterterrorism in civil aviation has to take official engagement in order to create compact communication and coordination. Besides, such engagement is mandatory for BNPT as accordance to Law Number 5 of 2018 on counterterrorism and Presidential Decree Number 63 of 2004 on national vital object. Hence, in 2018, Memorandum of Understanding or MOU between BNPT and Kemenhub has been signed off. This MOU not specifically discussed in civil aviation, but Indonesia transportation system in general. As civil aviation included in Indonesia transportation system, the cooperation between both institutions continue in the specific branches of this institution. A so-called Directorate General of Civil Aviation from Kemenhub and Deputy Prevention, Protection, and Deradicalization from BNPT. Both entities are responsible to create program, activities, and approaches to civil aviation security in case of terrorist attacks. As Indonesia is currently one of the member International Civil Aviation Organization or ICAO in Canada, Kemenhub and BNPT adopted ICAO manual guidance, so-called Document 8973 and Annex 17 that comprises all the checklists and standard to civil aviation security. In internal security, the implementation of civil aviation security ended up to create a so-called Committee Civil Aviation known as KNKP. This committee includes 10 ministries and 12 government agencies and is headed by Director General of Civil Aviation. Primary task of this committee is to take care all necessary measurement regarding civil aviation security, including terrorism. In a daily basis of civil aviation security, the authority goes to Airport Security Committee, or known as KKBU. KKBU basically are the extended version of KNKP. This committee is headed by Airport Executive General Manager. This committee consists of local government agencies and delegates from airport business entities. Besides to establish board of coordination and communication, Kemenhub and BNPT regularly giving recommendation to the minimum standard of civil aviation staff, both security staff and non-security staff. This recommendation goes from recruitment process, selection process, until the on-the-job training process. The ultimate goals of this recommendation is that to prevent civil aviation staff involve or become the participant of radical ideology. External security, the second, external security promotes a systematic physical environment or built environment to prevent terrorist attacks in civil aviation. External security implemented in the document Standard Operating Procedures or SOPs of terrorist attacks in civil aviation. Basically, there are 3 stages of unlawful act interference, including green code, yellow code, and red code. Green code is a normal condition and the responsibility is under Aviation Security or AFSEC and KKBU. Yellow code is a medium level of unlawful act interference, to which the responsibility still under AFSEC and KKBU. Red code is a high level of unlawful act interference that needed multiple agencies to deal with because can generate tremendous impact for terrorism. These SOPs include 4 different types of terrorist attacks in civil aviation, namely threat evaluation, bomb threats and hijacking to aircraft in the air, bomb threats to aircraft on the ground and airport environment, and the 4th, when the bomb explodes. Threat evaluation is basically the condition where the authorities decided to which level interference they are facing to. If it is red code, then it requires multiple agencies to take care of it. Bomb threats, second, bomb threats and hijacking to aircraft in the air. If the threats happen in the air, one thing for sure, the aircraft shall be landed on the ground by any means necessary. The negotiators and pilot are the key person to the situation. The pilot has to improvise so that the aircraft can land it on the ground. For example, pilot must delay some time to empty the oil or gas of the aircraft, which is effective to force the aircraft land on the ground. As soon as the aircraft is on the ground, Chief of BNPT leading the operation and activating the Joint Task Force. This task force include Kemenhub, BNPT, TNI Polri, consists of Special Detachment Anti-Terror or Densus 88 and Gultor, and Bomb Defuse Team or Jihandak, KNKP and KKBU, Aviation Security, Intelligence, Airlines Operator, Customs and Immigration, Aircraft Rescue and Firefighting, and Healthcare and Quarantine Unit. All the control is located in Emergency Operation Center. Bomb threats to aircraft on the ground and an airport environment. When this occasion happen, while waiting for BNPT arrival, the responsibility is under Airport Executive General Manager, coordinating with local TNI or Polri. Aviation Security and TNI Polri must secure and evacuate people from the suspect location. When BNPT arrive, the procedures are the same as to activate a joint task force, and all those necessary information or data shall be passed to EOC room or Emergency Operation Center room immediately, so that decision makers have sufficient resources to determine which action should be taken. The 4th, when the bomb explodes, prepare and deploy relevant units. Second, healthcare units standby and coordinating with local hospital to take care and prioritize bomb survivor or corpses. The next one, electrical unit coordinating with state electrical agency or PLN to shut down local power electricity in order to avoid further damage or fire. Evacuate and isolate area close to crime scene. BNPT sending their victim recovery unit or pemulihan korban. Next, further investigation of the crime scene will be taken over by Polri Forensic Laboratory Center or Puslap for Polri. And the last, ATS Tower directs plane to alternative airport or terminal as long as far from the crime scene. The conclusion. BNPT and Kemenhub have developed a standardized protection to safety and security measurement in case of terrorist attacks in civil aviation. There are two major results from them: internal security and external security. Internal security associated with principles from the incident command system, while external security aligned with CPTED principles. Internal security use principles of coordination and communication implemented in cooperation between BNPT and Kemenhub. Chains of command in ICS can be seen through the establishment of KNKP and KKBU to monitor and create policy regarding civil aviation security. Meanwhile, to ensure civil aviation free from radicalization, a human resource management to civil aviation staff has been applied based on recommendation from BNPT and Kemenhub. External security follow the principles of CPTED. Document of standard operating procedures in airport and civil aviation is the implementation of a built environment when an emergency situation happens. This strategic approach will then become a manual guidance for the authorities to do the prevention, such as using principle of CPTED, target hardening, access control, and territorial reinforcement. Recommendation. The first, involvement of NGOs, researcher, and practitioner must be enhanced in decision-making process. The second one, warning sign and digital screen information throughout the terminal buildings regarding threats of terrorism and how to against them. Third, regular joint training anti-terrorism includes security staff and non-security staff. And the last one, create a manual book in every passenger seat or strategic location in case of terrorist attacks. Thank you. Done. Thank you.